Hello!
Hello.
Hello. Welcome to episode 63 of Dungeons and Mad Mage. Six episodes away from the fabled 69, which will be great. And this episode's recap we brought to you by Robin Omaqen, who's eating dinner.
I'll do it anyway. It's fine. So last episode we just killed the great winged beast or whatever, 12-legged beast.
Definitely didn't have wings, but yeah.
Yeah, he didn't have wings. Sorry. The flying death, or whatever it's called. And we're resting and then concocting a plan to go and conduct dragon heist. We came up with several plans, and I think we came to mutual agreement that of one way to do it, which was to send Robin and Morthos through the portal, and then to essentially scout out. To get through the portal, to then go and hide in a cave, and then come and distract the dragon, swim them down the river, and do all that kind of stuff. But as soon as we went through the gate, so we travelled all the way back to level 6, and then went through the gate, the room was crumbled in, and our plans were foiled, which was a real damn shame. So Dragon Heist will have to be parked for now. But to kind of go and think about what we wanted to do next, we decided to go to our favourite place, Skullport, and do a bit of R&R and get some rest and go and have a pint. So we landed in Skullport and made our way to one of our finest establishments, the what's it called?
You can get it.
Black Tankard.
The Black Tankard.
Thank you very much.
The Black Tankard pub. And so we went there. We were just minding our own business, and then Morthos ran in and decided to throw 500 gold into the air. And just to remind everybody, the average clientele of this place is holding the IQ average very much down, and also are extremely poor and generally ruffians. So obviously chaos ensued. Amber decided to then use a spell which basically froze everyone in place, and then decided to collect the gold with several people. In the flurry, our good friend Hopper, who's now a halfling and very handsome, very, very smart and intelligent guy he is, gets stabbed in the throat, just for some reason. But after this happened, Morthos decided to throw in an additional 300 gold into the air, but nearly kill everyone. Anyway, we decided to leave because the place starts getting burnt to the ground and people murdering each other, and we head to our other favourite pub. Meanwhile, Chingo goes to his friends at the Thieves Guild and essentially is looking for information about the dragon. He offers some gold for some services, to only realise that his gold pouch is missing. Dun dun dun. We then Chingo, obviously pissed off at this point, decides to go back to the Black Tankard, goes and confronts the owner and his two very large Minotaur friends, unsuccessfully, might I add. And then he returns and barging through the door of the pub that we were all sat merrily drinking in, and he says, "You bastard!"
Doors slamming open, the shadow of Chingo in the door. Kind of, even though there's not really a lot of light down here, but for dramatic effect only. Yeah, let's just say he's draped in dark shadow because
yeah,
it looks cool. It's visually awesome. So we pick up in Skullport Lower and Middle, and we play some music and begin.
Can we have our cards dodge, I think, and need it?
Yes. Deal one card to all players. Deal.
Can you guys hear the rain in the background in our house?
No.
Not really.
No, seems fine.
Let's do what you can and I'll mute myself.
Yeah, it feels fine.
Sweet.
Alright. Chingo, what's happened?
My money! Bad Oh, someone's stolen all my money.
What? That's awful. Who was it?
I don't know, but
Do you know when that
I've got
happened?
nothing left.
I'm never going to financially recover from this.
I think it was
Probably
the black tankard, but I'm not sure.
Oh, Chingo, that's awful. You poor thing.
God. Oh.
So,
Ah!
where have you gone to see if you can find it? What do you remember? Let's retrace our steps. Where did you go just now?
I tried that. I went to the black tankard and I mean, it's burned to a cinder. I talked to the bar staff politely and asked what was happening, and they said they knew of thieves in the area, but they couldn't give me any more information, as much as I politely asked. And I retraced my steps. I have no idea. I don't know.
Where did you go just now when we were heading here? Where did you disappear off to?
I went to some scholarly associates for information, but it was certainly not them. I can trust that group of people.
Could you ask your scholarly associates if there's any unlicensed thieves operating in the area?
I already asked them, and they were unable to assist me.
I mean, I guess the clientele of the Black Tankard, which is where it may have gone missing, there might be plenty of unlicensed pickpockets hovering around there.
Yeah. I may not be able to give you all your money back, but please take this, and I give Chingo 80 platinum.
Okay,
Take it.
do the maths.
I give Morthos a little look, like you're on thin ice. Perhaps, do not throw gold in the air this evening.
What do you mean? No, I've had.
So Chingo,
already.
as you have that, you say that sentence back to him. You like casually peruse the room, and you notice that every single eye in this tavern is locked firmly on your party of people. That's pretty much what you notice. They're either looking directly at you, or they're like whispering to each other and kind of glancing at you slightly.
Oh yeah, I forgot you gave them your money, didn't you?
Yeah, you gave them a gold each.
Yeah.
Again, in perspective, a normal standard poor person earns 2 gold a month.
How many people are in this tavern?
80 to 100 maybe.
Okay. I'd be like, maybe we should take this discussion back to our lodgings.
I think we need to
I
know.
agree. That sounds like an excellent idea.
Yeah.
My friends, and I address the group.
I stamp on his
the
toe to stop
crowd
him
of
from talking. Can I just?
No. This is legit gonna help. It's legit gonna help. My
I am.
friends.
Wait, can I use Awakened Mind to like fill his mind with like a harsh, high-pitched ringing?
Wow. Morthos, you stand and you turn around, hands over, my friend, and then all of a sudden you hear like tinnitus times a million as your head just rings with this horrible high-pitched screeching that makes you grab your ears like
And your brain explodes.
I was going to say, his toes got broken, didn't they?
Oh yeah, and someone's and a surprisingly lightweight but strong force just stamped on your feet.
Ow.
And then I get up and start moving towards the door, and I beckon the rest of the party.
I can't hear you.
I'm beckoning, so you don't need to hear me.
Yeah, I can't see you because the tonight.
We guide him.
That doesn't make sense.
Yeah. It's so loud I can't see. Yeah, that's how it works. Yeah.
What happens in my car?
Ow. Ow.
What appears to be the issue? Come on.
Ow. I've got a ringing in my ears.
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm beckoning. You
Come
start
on,
moving
let's
towards
go.
the door.
Let's go.
Can I pretend to be tending to a wound that I know is clearly just Amber screwing with his mind? Because I was tempted to do something similar.
That's fine.
Take him by the hand and guide him out, kind of slightly forcefully. Do I have to roll, or am I stronger than him?
It depends if he's trying to resist or not.
Are you resisting?
No. Oh, I don't know where this headache has come from. It hurts so much.
Can I just go and I'm going to just as we're leaving, I'm just going to go and polish off all everyone's drinks that were unfinished, and say to the barkeep, well, our friend here is just unable to handle this drink. Will Nice to meet you all. Goodbye. We'll see you soon. Cheerio.
She kind of gives you a strange look that says, "Well, no problem. You mean your tab's still? Come back tomorrow. You can finish your tab."
That's fine, but we need to tend to our friend here. He's having some form.
I don't think we have any money
He
left.
has migraines and things like that. So
My brain, she hurts.
don't you worry. We'll be back.
All right. I think maybe Morthos, you just need to have an early night.
Ooh.
Maybe you've had too much
Okay.
to drink.
As you corral Morthos out of the tavern, you leave, exit the door, and you are in the streets and towns of Skullport. It's not busy. It never really is. There's the odd wanderer, people going about their business, but again, nothing. No busyness around here. Not really. It's always got a dull few
I was
people
going
walking
to
around.
ask friends for information. Why don't we go back inside? Oh, my head, it hurts so much.
Okay, guys, let's go up to
Let's get back to thingy. I can't remember where it is.
yeah, what's it called?
Don't know.
To Drago's
Manor.
Manor.
Yeah,
Alagor's Fortress, you mean?
That's the one.
that's the one. Not Dragar's house.
Alagor's Fortress.
Drago's Manor.
Near.
Okay. Drago.
Right.
You go up one of the many staircases and find yourself at the doorway of Dalagor's Fortress. The familiar. You let yourself in, saying hail to Felrax, the Copper Dragonborn. You are familiar with. He, doesn't really have worries about letting you in. Just kind of waves you in as he's reading a book, and you enter into Dalagor's Fortress, all of you.
Cool. I'm gonna be slowly sipping on a potion of healing to help.
Oh yeah, I've stopped the awakened
Yeah.
right now.
You didn't take any damage from it, but it was like a 30-second burst of just horrible white noise that instantly stopped as quickly as it came.
That was so strange. I don't understand. Oh,
Alcohol has the weirdest effects on people.
yeah, it all happened as soon as I started thinking I was going to talk to the people.
Oh, how
That's really odd.
Really weird.
Yeah, that's so strange. And maybe it was like a sign. Sometimes
Maybe you should just
people
stop
isn't
talking to
good
people
idea.
for a little while and see if it keeps happening, or if it's
Yeah.
Maybe we
because
should have a
you're
lie
talking to
down.
people.
That's a good idea. Maybe instead of using my words, I will use my gold. Thank you so much.
No.
I appreciate everything you've just said.
Dear Morthos, the gold
I've
goes
already
into the
walked
hot
out.
water in
I've
the
already
first
walked.
place. What?
I've already gone.
Where have you gone?
I've just walked ahead.
Why?
Where are you going?
I don't know. I
Because he's
wasn't
a rude asshole.
Wait, so you walked into Dalagor's Fortress, then walked straight back out again?
No, I just walk into the Lord's Fortress and okay. But I'm right in the corner. Massaging my
Okay,
neck.
so you're all in there, right? No worries.
Right. What's going on?
I'm just head in hands at the table,
Sobbing.
pretty much.
Right.
Right.
So Chingo and Morthos, you okay over there?
I am okay. My head feels fine.
How much gold have you got left, out of interest?
That's for me to know. And thieves like you to stay away from.
Whoa.
Oh.
Those are strong words.
At
These-
this point, Chingo
It's
goes,
rude to
gets
ask
up and
someone
goes
how much money they
away
have.
somewhere.
Hmm.
You leave
To a
Dalagor's
private
Fortress.
room. No, I go to
Well,
like
okay.
a private room.
Okay, we'll deal with you soon.
Um.
What's everyone else doing? What's the plan here?
So
Uh,
Chingo's headed off by himself, has he?
He hasn't left. Well, he hasn't left the
Just left
fortress
the
as
room.
much as you know. She's gone to a private room to probably cry a bit.
So, what are we gonna do? It looks like
I feel like
Chingo's been robbed.
He
and
looks like he's a broken man.
Morthos is.
I think we should help him.
I think we should maybe go
Yeah.
back to the flagon and no, not flagon dragon, the black tankard.
We,
One of the thieves. We can check the bodies and see if there's going to be bodies once the fire's gone out. See if anyone's nicked it and then didn't survive. Start there.
I might
Yeah.
be able to find some more information out using my divinity.
what are we gonna
Oh,
do?
that's true.
What are we gonna do about Morthos though? He's gonna get us all killed.
Maybe
more
someone
for-
should off to babysit his gold whilst.
What do you mean I'm gonna get you all killed?
Well, you keep throwing this gold around and it causes chaos and
I thought you weren't here.
people here are very poor.
You
Morthos.
walked off.
Hey, you never. At no point did you say you were having a quiet.
No, that's fine. I'm happy to be open with you. You're going to kill us.
Why? I just want to give money. I
Yes,
don't
but these
need this
people
shit.
are just going to see that as, these guys have got lots of money, we're going to rob them.
Yeah, and
Which
these
is
people.
probably what's happened to Chingo.
Just to give you some reference, these people earn probably about 25 gold a year, and you just gave them more than they would get in 2 decades. And basically, they will kill each other for that amount of gold. That could give them access out of this place and into a new life.
And that's
Well,
great.
you know what? That all that says to me is that people don't get paid enough.
Well,
And
why
they should
don't
Well,
get
you're
paid
right.
more.
why
There's a lot
don't
of
you, rather
thieves out there.
than just giving it to them, why don't you employ them to your service and give them an honest living
Bad
rather
idea.
than throwing it around?
That's not a bad idea.
You could set up a charity.
Yes,
That,
we can
like-
employ all of them as soldiers to explore the rest of the dungeon.
Sure, that would be a better way of doing it than throwing gold at them, because
Yeah.
they're going
And
to
then when
just,
they die, I can bring them back as my friends. This is an excellent idea. Why didn't I think of this before? Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
That's sure. I mean,
Next time we see people, I will tell them, look, friend, here is some gold. Work for me. I promise many more riches. They
Here's a
die,
point.
they become my friend.
Here's
Perfect.
a
I love it.
Here's a suggestion. Maybe lead with the employment. Ask them if they would like to be employed, rather than saying, here is some gold, I will employ you. Because that's a bit like buying a slave from the street. If you offer them a job and they're like, oh yeah, I'm unemployed, I'm looking for a job, then you'd be like, oh, great, I have some money for you.
yeah. Or
You just said the same thing twice. I don't understand.
You can't lead with the gold. If you lead with the gold, of course they will come with you. But that's not
Yeah.
very honest because it's sort of like bribery. If you lead with the fact that you have a job, it's a bit more honest.
I don't understand.
why?
And
Well,
besides,
just Morthos, why don't, before you do anything brash, just speak to us, because we have great ideas, and we will happily help. But it's just, if we create chaos and we might end up with murder. And in the end of the
And
day,
that's what happened. People have died.
People have
because of
died.
this situation.
and it's not good death. This is not death where things, I know you like death and things like that, but this is not good death. So
These people
this
were
is
innocent.
bad death.
You caused a riot. Then.
Yeah. And also our good friend Chingo here has been robbed of the only thing he loves in the world, which is
Gold.
gold and money and superficial belongings. I mean, you
well,
see
maybe that is problem. If
I mean,
Chingo
I
shared
think that
gold a
is a big.
little
I
more.
think that probably is a problem for Chingo, but
If Chingo shared gold a little more like me, then everyone would have gold.
Well, we all have our different calls in life. I think that Chingo is probably motivated by palaces and fine clothes.
and diamond
And yours
encrusted
is
cakes.
raising dead bodies from the afterlife. I think we all should respect each other's wants and wishes.
Yeah,
Do you know
I
how
agree.
you feel?
I mean,
when
mine
you
is
feel zombie
literally the
stuff?
preservation of life, so our missions in life are quite contrary. Anyway,
Yeah, I understand.
shall we go and
That's why I
help
could-
Chingo? Shall we help him in finding it? But we do need to trust you, Morthos, that you're not going to go and get us killed.
Of
No more
course not.
giving. No more giving money to people. There are better ways for us to do it. We can always give it.
Yes. No more giving money for free. I employ instead. It's perfect.
Good plan.
That's fine.
Yes.
That's fine.
Can I go and look around and see where Chingo is at this point?
So you saw Chingo kind of disappear off. Make me a perception check.
Okie dokie. 2 seconds. Perception.
Ooh.
21.
You
Oof,
see.
that's useful. I see everything.
So you head upstairs. This is a 2-story fortress. You head upstairs, and you see one of the rooms is ajar. And there's like a candle flickering inside. But the door's ajar. Doesn't appear to be any noise coming through or anything there. This is normally where Chingo sleeps.
Okay. I gently push the door open and head in.
Okay. Chingo, what does Amber see?
She sees me on my knees, like this, whispering something, some kind of prayer.
I hang back for a second and let him have his moment.
And then you see him get up, still sobbing and looking kind of angry.
Okay. Amber lays like a reassuring hand on his shoulder and is like, Chingo, my friend, tell us what we can do to help.
I've lost everything. My money, my reputation. Oh,
We'll get it back. We'll get it back.
Oh.
It's okay. We just need to go and find out who took it and make them pay. I mean, all these puny townspeople, they're nothing compared to us.
And he gives you a hug and he like blows his nose on your shoulder.
It's gross, but it's from the heart.
He's like dribbling. He's so
Just liquid from every facial orifice. You know, dribble, tears, snot. It's the works.
Amber lets him do it, and it's like a awkward pat. Why don't you come downstairs and we can try and work this out.
Okay. Don't tell the other people what you just saw, okay?
Of course not, I
I'm
swear.
in a vulnerable place.
I know. Don't worry.
And I follow Amber down.
Okay, cool.
And I wipe my nose and face on my cloak, which is unbelievable because it's gorgeous.
Yeah, and never forget covered in gems. So it's like, oh, ow, my face! Oh, my face! Oh, my face!
The only thing that's going to make Chingo feel better is if he can feel the gems on his face. Straight
gems are
sensitive areas in his gems.
Hey,
They're not even real.
Hey, Chingo. How you doing, my friend? We're going to go find your gold?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Okay, well we've been having conversations with Morthos, and he's agreed to chill out on the whole getting us killed thing. And I think I think we could retrace your steps. You're just gonna have to dig deep and try and remember where we were. And I mean, frankly, I think we're gonna have to. We're gonna have to confront some very, very poor people.
George, what time of day is it?
Hard to tell because there's no real concept of day in here. How long have you been here? Like a few hours, maybe 4 hours or so.
Okay,
I mean,
is the dragon? Is it the Dragonborn who kind of runs?
He's a copper scale Dragonborn. Yeah, Felrax is his name.
Felrax, is he around?
Yeah, he's always around. He lives in Dalagor's fortress, like the warden of the fortress.
Okay, can I
Did you say what?
Nothing, don't worry.
Okay.
Can I go up to him and be like, hey man, I wonder if our friend Chingo here has suffered a bit of a misfortune at the hand of some thieves who we don't think are a member of the Thieves Guild. Do you know anything about, like, underhand criminals or where we might find them in this town?
He puts down his book for a moment, kind of. Well, you know, it's Skullport. It's not a very nice place. At times, you know, pickpockets can, you know, wander the streets. I mean, there's always adventuring parties coming down from the Yawning Portal and all kinds of miscreants, you know, yourselves included, an adventuring party, you know, things. People come through often. It's hard to tell. I mean,
where's like a less like reputable part of town? Is there any like slums or?
I mean,
dodgy areas that we could check out.
There's no real reputable part of this town at all.
Like extra bad.
Nothing comes to mind. No, I mean there are poor who make their living, you know, just scraping by. There's no particularly slum area. No, there are, you know, houses dotted around. Some are abandoned. Some just trying to find any shelter they can. There's nothing in particular, I would say.
Have
No.
you heard of any gangs or any?
Yeah, that was my next question.
Yeah. Any gangs or like groups or people who are making a bit of a name for themselves?
Criminal underworld kind of typies.
I mean, there's the Xanathar Guild that is in the south on Skull Island, but they've been around for, you know, years and years. I mean, thievery isn't really their game primarily. Mostly, the businesses of the town pay them for protection, but in terms of, I mean, I don't know their inner workings, but thievery seems a bit out of their wheelhouse. Mostly they use force to get their work done. They're open about it.
in my younger years, I remember passing through a very large city. I believe it may have been Baldur's Gate. Back in my youth, it's the only city I can remember. I remember there was a. I once passed a tavern where they were gambling one day, and out came a young man who clearly had not had a very fruitful life, and he'd won a big hand of gold, and he was very, very excited. He burst into the streets, and the young man, in his excitement, immediately turned around and went and bought loads of lavish goods and big slap-up meals, and basically spent all of the money within that afternoon. And I sat on my bench and watched him as he spilled it all away and returned to his slum with empty hands. I'd imagine if, in a similar ilk, if somebody very poor had stolen what I know is a big fortune, they may have gone to a local shop and spent a very large amount of money. It's usually what they do. So maybe if we went to some of the shops and inquired about anyone who'd spent large amounts of money, or people who've gone and gambled, because again...
Yeah, that's a good point. Are there any gambling houses in Skullport?
I mean, every tavern that I know of around here has some form of gambling ring, whether it be, a fighter's pit as such in the big tankard,
what's
or
the most popular, or the most prestigious, or the most well attended?
Hard to say, really. Occasionally, I play some dice in the Flagon and Dragon, but in terms of a gambling ring or anything special, I can't think of anything that comes to mind. I am an upstanding citizen, I will have you know. I try not to gamble away my money.
No, I just thought you might have an inside track on what's going on.
I mean, you have revealed to me earlier that you have dealings with the Thieves Guild, which is something I know very little about. Perhaps they would know something more of, it seems like something they may know something more about a larger gambling or secret gambling thing, but...
Dude, I looked at Chingo at this point and give him a raised eyebrow.
I could find out some information.
I just think that
in terms of
the sort of money that you lost, Chingo, will leave a trail.
Yeah.
And
in terms of shops, you were saying shops where this money could be spent. Thaglar's Foundry would be a good start. I mean, they have armor and weapons, etc. And your good friend, Mr. Fingal, there has constantly been pestering our Archmage Tass to be getting, magical items. I believe she's working on it. Could potentially be there.
Oh yeah, how's his throat looking?
He has been healed by Robin. So there is a red line, but the magical healing is mostly healed up the wound. So it's a red line, and from fairly mortal wounds that you've suffered before, that this will be in a few hours be completely gone.
Can I go up to Hopper and be like, Hopper, old friend, is there anything you can do? Any information you can give me?
Yep.
Please.
Well, I don't know. I all I remember was getting a stab in the throat, actually. So whilst you were worrying about your gold, I was worrying about dying. So I think I had more important things on my mind. But I mean, I'll keep it.
That much platinum.
Well, look, my friend, I'm sure you'll find it, and I know how important this money is to you. So if I can, I'll ask around. I'll probably head up to the Foundry soon. Oh, sorry, where does Hopper go?
To Tass's shop. So you met Tass before. She's the crazy kind of weird archmage whose friend Halaster has tea and biscuits.
Right. Well,
The name of the shop is the Poison Quill, and so as Hopper has arrived, you've been there before and asked for magical items. She says, no, I've got no stock of any. And every couple of days you've been here, you've gone at the, hey, have you got any new stock? And at first she was quite polite, and then eventually she was like, fine, I'll try and find some stuff for you. You've been back a couple of times since, but so far she is not.
Well, Chingo, I've built quite a relationship with this lady, so I'll go and make some inquiries. I'll report back to you. I'll come and find you. Is that okay?
We can go there now. I don't know what else to do.
Well, can I ask the main bloke? I was like, is there anywhere in town that's particularly high class, or you know?
He would chuckle immediately, just be like, "No, no, there is not."
Like, you know, somewhere where like people go and spend a lot of cash, or like fancy restaurants, or particularly good beer, or something of that ilk.
I imagine you have been to most of the places on this mini island that we call home. There is nothing here that is posh or fancy. If you want posh and fancy, I suggest you go up to the surface of Waterdeep. I'm sure they have many trials and tribulations up there that you could spend vast sums of gold on. But no, down here, nothing.
Can I make a suggestion?
Please.
I think it was Bertha who said she could use her magic talk to the old man power to find out possibly where money has gone. Maybe we should do that.
It's a great idea.
What are you going to ask?
Well, I might be able to get a clue. I could ask a very specific question and it's normally a bit bizarrely answered, but I might be able to.
Well, you could say, what is the name of the person who stole Chingo's money?
Well, I think the thing is for Chingo is he's even more like he's interested in where the money is rather than who it was.
But if we know who it was, then we can
Ask
trace
around.
it back.
Given it to someone else though, I don't know.
But then we can just go and find that person and punch him or her.
Convinced.
We can throw a fireball down their throat and then move on to the next one. Oh, sorry, wrong character.
Yeah.
Jesus. Jesus.
You said it
Yeah,
now.
I could ask.
Because the
like,
thing is,
what-
if you ask where it is, it's potentially going to be in lots of different places.
I think
So
you
I may have
asked. You,
spent some here, some
Who-
there.
I feel like who stole the money is going to be the question,
Mm.
because then we can trace it.
What is the
Yeah.
name of the person?
What is
Yeah.
the name of
Yeah.
the person that
Who
stole
stole-
Chingo's money today? Or
Yeah.
I've got my suspicions, but my character would have absolutely no idea. So
How does that spell work, just to clarify? Is it yes or no questions over?
No,
no,
that's commune.
It's a question about the like specific goal in the next 7 days. It's like the DM basically chooses how you answer. It will be like a riddle or a rhyme.
Alright. Well, I say we give that a try.
yeah, I agree.
Do not worry, Chingo. Your money will be back with you soon. Here, I pass in 10 more platinum pieces.
Right,
in
remove
case
an
you
ad.
need to buy anything.
Remove an ad.
Moving on. Okay, Bertha goes to like face away from the others because she sometimes has trouble with concentrating on words when lots of people are looking.
Okay.
And she like sort of like looks like she's like speaking to a lover. She's missing her husband. And
There's like a weird background noise whenever
Yeah.
you talk.
It's the rain. It's the rain.
It's
Rain, okay. That's fine.
Can't mute us because can't mute me because I
You're
won't be able to
talking.
hear them at all.
It's funny, I can only hear it when you talk. It's strange.
I guess it's like drowns it out if it's background noise.
Yeah.
If it's background, and then as soon as I'm talking it.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
Got a noise suppression.
I can still hear you. Carry on.
I just leave it. Just leave it. Just leave.
Don't
Yeah,
worry about it.
It's only when you talk, so it's not terrible.
I won't.
If it was constant, it would be horrendous. But yeah, if it was just talking, it's fine.
How about now? Can you hear it now when I'm talking to you guys? Can
No.
you hear it?
No, that's
No,
better.
yeah.
Okay.
Alright. Noise suppression works.
Cool.
And she whispers to her imaginary lover, I cast divination, and then I say, what is the exact name of the person or people who stole Chingo's money in the Black Tankard?
It's like shit.
Good God. No. I've got all that down. I just need to read
May not have been
what
in
the
that
thing is. The
document.
spell. I need the spell. The spells are taken into
I
account.
was
If
going to say, it might not have been in the
Might
Black
not.
Tank.
you cast a spell too, or something, there's a community clinic.
Yeah, it might not have been the Black Tankard.
Your turn.
But actually,
No.
that is a process of elimination. So, I mean,
Yeah.
it's fine.
Bertha believes that
And
that's
it-
where it was.
And in terms of this ability that I've given you, was there a 25% chance of failure on the first one or not? I
No,
don't
the first one was
remember.
100%, and then it.
So the first one's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so the voice of Dumafoyne comes back to you after a few seconds pass, and whispers the name to your ear. Says, "Michael Fullbinder."
Sorry.
Wow. Oh, I was not expecting that. And
I
I
was
was
expecting a Michael.
Michael
Yeah.
Schumacher?
Yes, correct.
did I hear that alone? It was just in my ear.
It's just you.
Okay.
Michael Fassbender.
Go back to Chingo and I take his hands in my hand. I say, Chingo, I have the name of your assailant. It's Michael Fullbinder.
Fassbender.
Oh. I swear there's no name you can pick out of the millions of names that you pick.
Michael Jordan.
You know what the worst thing is, right? I was going to message you, Elliot, this, but then I kind of would have given away the plot. But it was when I was coming up with the name, I typed in human names like a fucking. I was like, wait. If anyone looks at that, they're gonna think I'm a fucking crazy person. I literally put like top human names. Like, wait, what?
Hey Google, I'm
How do you
having
get
a
that
child.
list? Yeah, like the list of baby names.
Top human male names.
Michael Schumacher.
I think he just needs to be called Michael Fassbender from now on.
Why did you call your son
I can't
Michael
believe my
Schumacher?
favourite racing driver robbed me.
Oh, fuck me.
And then I go up to who is it? What's the Dragonborn's?
Belrax is his
Belrax.
name.
And I
Benedict
say,
Cumberbatch. Who is he?
I say to him, does the name Fullbinder mean anything to you? Do you know him?
He would look up to think for a minute and then shake his head and be like, "No, I've never heard of the name."
I think we're going to have to go back to the Black Tankard to get some more information about this person, JD.
Yeah,
let me,
I
let me
agree.
go and ask my associates there. They might know something.
Okay.
We
Do you
will
want
go
to-
with you. We don't want anyone stealing the 30 pieces of paraffin I just gave you.
Can I look the party up and down and maybe one or two of you come to, make me look a bit tougher? Bertha, would you come as my bodyguard? And I look at everyone else. I'm like, yeah, maybe just Bertha.
Are you inviting Bertha to the Thieves Guild at the minute?
Yeah.
As a member, you would know. As a member of the Thieves Guild, you would know that would be an extreme faux pas. But
You brought.
if you want to do it,
You brought Hopper there once.
I'll leave her outside.
Didn't you bring Hopper there once? And
Yeah,
then-
you did.
Yeah, it was awful, if you remember.
Yeah.
didn't you have to pretend to be pretty stupid?
Yeah, I had to pretend to be
Like basically an invalid.
That you couldn't talk.
Mute and then forgot.
Yeah, his mute slave.
And spoke, and everyone was like, "What?"
Please.
That was fun.
I can come and stand outside. I don't mind.
I need my emotional support, dwarf.
I'll be your emotional support. Normally, that would be really Bertha would be really offended by that because she doesn't like being the emotional support at any time for anything. She likes being the physical support at all times for everything.
Sure.
But she can see that Chingo's in a bit of a spin, so he forgives him this once.
While you do that,
I don't need physical support.
while you do that, we will go to the Black Tankard or what's left of it and ask around for the last airbender.
Stop it!
What did I miss? Jesus, I only got upstairs for a second.
Apparently, you can never make any name without it being linked to something random. Even if you call your guy Mike, what's his name? Mike Fullbinder.
Fullbinder.
He's now the last airbender.
Oh, what's
So-
that?
Michael Fullbinder.
Mike Fart
Michael Fart.
Yeah, there's literally. Next time, I'm just going to call all of my NPCs. I don't know, Doug, Smith, Doug Smith.
Well, a man with a spade on his head.
What about a man who's lost his spade?
I'm just going to call every
Right.
kind of NPC. NPC 1.
No, he's not an NPC because he will be involved.
He's a non-player character.
Dead PC.
DPC. Okay, so in this, Chingo and Bertha are off to the Thieves Guild, and the rest of you are apparently going to the Black Tankard unless anyone objects.
I tell the rest of the party, we'll meet you there in a minute.
Well, I mean, Hopper goes off to speak to his friend. I'm guessing Hopper's the magic item lady task.
Okay, no problem. We'll deal with Hopper in a minute. Let's go with Chingo and Bertha first. Chingo, Bertha, you head southeast.
I start to compose myself as we head down, and as we're walking, I'm sure Bertha can see me like wipe away the tears and like checking in a little mirror to see my eyes aren't too bloodshot. Bertha, look, don't be offended by anything I say here, okay? Because, I need to put on a bit of an act after I made a bit of a twat of myself.
Oh, okay, that's fine. Just knock on the door, like on the inside of the door, if you need me to barge in and rescue you, anything,
Okay, thank you.
I'll stand outside. It's fine. Would you like a handkerchief? And I like rummage around in the bottom of my pack and pull out like a really snotty, dirty, like sort of stained rag. Thank you.
I take it and blow my nose, which would be like Chingo's like on death's door or something. You wouldn't usually touch something like that. But seeing he like rubs his eyes with it.
I can imagine Chingo just giving it back to Bertha there and being like, "Here you go."
Okay, so
you really need your emotional support, Dwarf.
Bertha waiting outside. Chingo, you
get about 10 meters away from this Thieves Guild, and suddenly Chingo like stands upright,
comes into his own. Yeah. React.
Yeah.
Okay.
Get to the door,
You do the familiar. Tap. Yeah. The familiar.
Outside with my things brandished like this. Chingo's a bit like, okay.
So Bertha, you see it's like a set into the floor. It would be like a basement entrance. And as Chingo like knocks in a kind of strange way, you'd hear like a slide, and the door would open like inwards, and it'd just be kind of dark looking in, hard to see. As Chingo enters, the door like slowly lifts back up, and you'd hear like a bolt come across. And Chingo, you descend to the familiar.
I go back to the familiar kind of head of the bar, chief of the place. So, friend.
Welcome back, sir. Have you found your lost coin?
Oh yes, that old quandary. It's a little scam I'm playing, but yes, I have a little bit more information that you may be able to help me with. Do you know Michael Fullbinder?
Fullbinder. The last name, the surname rings a bell. Hold on a minute, and he'll click his fingers, and this goblin gentleman with one eye patch, darkened leather armor, would approach and be like, "Yes, boss. Like, go and grab the sensor. Go grab. What's it? Is it sensor? Census. Thank you, Jesus Christ. Like, go grab the sensor." And like, yeah, okay. And he just like hops and skips away. A few minutes pass, and he comes back with this quite large, fairly dusty-looking tome, and this Thieves Guild leader, who you've seen him multiple times, short blondish hair, again dark and leather armor, starts flicking through towards the back of the book, and runs his fingers down and goes, "Fullbinder, yeah, Fullbinder. I see a Mr. and Mrs. Fullbinder here. Worked in Skullport for 5 years or so, but died maybe a year ago. No mention of first names. Does say they have 2 children. Whether they yet live, or I don't know, but that is all the information I have."
What the age of the children, by any chance?
Let's see. Born. It appears that the oldest, the boy, is 9, and the youngest is 6. Appears to be a girl.
Old enough.
He would look at you in a very strange way, be like, "Excuse me, sir?"
I said, No, not for that, but for this. And then Chingo would kind of like slightly unsheathe his rapier.
What?
I mean, let's not get it. Let's not get confused, friends. We're not murderers here. We are not in the business of murdering, and specifically not in the business of murdering children for any means.
Yes. Funny joke. But I thank you for your help. Is there anything else in this book about these children?
No.
Chance?
And he just closed the book. Now be warned, if I hear of any ill will coming to these children, then I know exactly who I'm looking for. He hands the book back over to the goblin.
They have stolen something very precious to me.
I assume it's your coin purse, yes?
Oh, more than gold.
Platinum,
Many
okay.
platinum.
Well, I mean, yes, and obviously, nothing to do with the Thieves Guild. There'd be a extreme dishonor for any Thieves Guild member, and I would know about it and have kicked them out of the order or worse if I'd heard about it. But we have not stolen your gold, and like I said before, if you end up hurting these children, whether they've stolen your gold or not, then we know exactly who you are and where to find you.
Well, we shall see what they have done with it. And with that, I just walk off.
Okay. Bertha, you wait outside for 5 or so minutes, 10 minutes, and then you hear the bolt unlock behind you, and you see a Chingo smirking and leaving the underbelly of the Thieves Guild. And the other party!
A bit of chicken meat when he turns up. But I don't know where I got it from. Just found it.
The other part.
There are too many. What are you going to do?
The other party, you have all headed to the Black Tankard. All of you, is that correct? All 4 of you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We haven't folded Morthos into his bedroom.
I'm gonna.
Okay.
By the way, my coin purse is in my pants.
Yeah, mine's still down like my bra.
Yeah, mine is
Yeah, so
literally
is mine.
it's touching my dick and balls,
Okay.
and it makes it look very impressive.
I will
You still-
look at everyone doing this and do so.
Well, let's just remind you that the amount of gold that everyone is carrying right now, it's like a lump like this big, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
big day.
So
Like I have
now
a
it looks
third-
like
Yeah,
this
I've
big
got
now.
big boobies.
Right. I'll keep that in mind for later.
I
Okay,
have-
so you all head up.
I've got very stretchy pants.
So you all head over to the Black Tankard. Okay, so as you approach, coming from the corridor around this area, you can see the smoke around the Black Tankard has died down quite significantly, although it is kind of smouldering a little bit. As you turn this corner, these guys shouldn't be here anymore. Oh, what the fuck just happened? No, I quit out of the game! Okay, that's fine, I can load back in. You crest around the corner and you see there are 4 bodies lined up to the... I can't ping it because my map's not loaded anymore, but like to the left of the tavern a little bit, like 10 foot out or so. They're lined up on the floor and covered with like dirty rags and stuff from toe to head. Clearly very dead. There are 2 Minotaurs surrounding a quite portly Dwergar gentleman who you recognise, the owner of the establishment who served you before. There are 2 kind of wizardy looking types who are not on the map, but there's 2 female, quite young looking, and they appear to have been casting spells to put out the fire. As I mentioned to Chingo last week, it's impressive, and it's almost like they've done this kind of work before. Who approaches around the corner first?
Not Morthos.
I'll go first.
Okay,
I'll
Amber,
go
you
with
approach around
her.
first.
I'll look closely button.
Okay, so I see the Dwegar. And
Yeah, sorry, he's way back here. But my map.
is the place still on fire, or is it... Sorry.
Like I said, it's smouldering a little bit. There's no like obvious flames anymore, but there's significant damage to the outside and roof.
And who
Yeah,
are we
not-
looking for? Was it Michael Fassbender or something?
Yeah, Michael Fassbender.
Jesus fucking Christ. No, you know what? I'm gonna let. This is one of those things you got to say the right name, or he's gonna have no idea what you're talking about.
It's Michael Fullbinder.
I was downstairs, so
It's-
that's
it's-
why.
I've said it since then.
It's Michael Fullbinder.
Okay.
So you walk up to where you are now. I'll just put it on the map where you are.
Okay, so I head up to the Dwegar.
Okay.
I'm like, Yeah. Hello, friend. Looks like you've almost got the fire out.
Okay, so he's facing this way, talking to the two Minotaurs, like hushed tones. He turns around and locks eyes with you for a second, immediately locks eyes with Morthos. He says, "You!" And as he kind of trots up in his kind of portly, fat form, he like walks up with his two Minotaur bodyguards. Like, you have a lot of questions to answer, sir.
Okay, I immediately step in. I immediately step in and say, "My friend here, complete simpleton, has no idea what he's doing. Bless him. Had a serious head injury when he was younger.
I had a headache earlier. That's not the same thing.
You know, he really has no idea what he's doing.
Tell me what question you have for me.
God.
I would like to know.
Please ignore everything
do you
he's
know
saying.
what?
He's a
Okay.
complete simpleton.
Simpleton or not, he has come in and destroyed my establishment, and I demand compensation.
I've done no
Not only
such
for
thing,
myself.
sir.
Not only. I thought he was a simpleton.
I'm not a simpleton.
complete
She
simpleton.
says that. I don't know why. She is being very rude.
Completely deluded and a simpleton.
What have I done to cause such an offense? This hurts me that you say this.
You've come into my establishment, thrown money around, and the place has been destroyed. But not only have you done damage to my establishment, my home, my business that I've built up over many, many years, but 4 people of this town have died by your action.
My action? What did
Your
I?
action.
Did I burn down your place and stab these 4 people?
Yeah, I'm like,
Essentially.
sir, I'm so sorry. He really has no idea.
No.
IQ of like
I
10
tell you
and
what.
completely mentally deluded. He has no idea.
How much to repair your? How much for compensation? How much do you want? Let's talk. Let's talk money. Let's talk shop. How much do you want?
Well, I would suggest that 300 gold would be in order for the replacement of the structure of my building. As for the families that you have destroyed by the murders caused in this building by your hand, let's say 50 gold pieces per person, so 200, 500 gold. I will make sure the 50 gold gets to each family that you have destroyed, and I will use the rest of the money.
Your shop over the lives of these 4 unfortunate souls.
Of course, yes. That's my establishment.
Well, I see what kind of man you are. Gentleman.
No,
I look-
mister. And he looks behind you and he sees the hulking figure of bones behind you that is kind of animated, and he says, "Is that yours? Looks like your pet to me.
She is my
It
friend,
seems-
yes.
It seems that the dead serve you. You want them dead. Is that correct?"
I don't want people dead. I like it when they're dead, but I don't want people dead. These people aren't dead, and they're my friends. I point to Amber and Seraphina. Now, gentlemen, and I address the 2 Minotaurs in the room.
They
Gentlemen.
look like they're ready to start chopping immediately. They have great axes in hand. They're held up, and their muscles are flexed, just waiting for the slightest go before they start swinging.
This man has offered me 300 gold or demanded me pay him 300 gold in compensation. Yes, I will give each of you 150 gold each to beat this man up.
No,
and then work for me.
Whoa.
The Dragar.
Punch Morthos in the face and knock him out.
This is
Okay,
Just
First, roll to
stop
hit.
it.
Hold on, because
First roll to
I
hit.
have said
Yeah,
these
hold on.
words first. Come on.
Yeah. So we'll go. First of all, I want a persuasion check from you, Morthos, against the Minotaurs. Then we'll get to Seraphina punching you in the face, which is a whole other thing.
Persuasion, Dodge.
Yes, please. Yeah, not bad. Not bad at all. Their resolve looks a bit shaken for the moment. They're like, as Seraphina goes to punch you, roll to hit. 28
Nice.
definitely hits you for a 9. Morthos, you say these words, the Minotaurs look at each other and then as you are having this conversation, crack! You feel this force energy and pain as your jaw gets smashed by your little halfling friend who jumps up and cracks you in the jaw, taking you by a bit
Ow.
surprise. You take 9 damage.
Stop
You take 9
talking.
damage.
I am resolving the situation.
No, you are not. Stop
Yes,
it.
I am.
Just
Okay,
let
gentlemen.
somebody else deal with this. For 1
I
second,
am dealing with
Morthos.
this.
Just stop.
Whilst
I-
all this is going on, can I beckon the Dwarf and be like, you and I have a private conversation?
No,
Like,
no, he
back.
says, and he starts to walk away. He says, "I've had enough of this. I'll go take this up with the Xanathar Guild myself.
You know what?
And he calls the Minotaurs.
250 gold. 250 gold. That's the 50 gold for each of the dead corpses. You take this man, beat him up, and work for me. And
He's already gone. He's just
All right.
stormed off down the street.
Never mind.
Just
What are the Minotaurs doing at this
just
point?
Shut your mouth.
They're kind of waiting for Morthos to give them their money.
Well,
Well, you didn't do what I asked you.
throw my
I asked
hands
you
up
to
and
beat the
just
man
like
up, and you
walk
didn't
away.
beat him up. So you're not getting money.
So you're telling us that we're not getting our money that you told us we're going to get, is that correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
You didn't do the thing that I asked you to do. I asked you to beat him up.
Amber's
You can
walking
beat him
away
up.
at this point.
Yeah.
There is a verbal contract here, no?
Are there
The
any
two-
other people around?
Yeah, there's a couple mages here. The two female mages are they're slowly doing casting water spells like into the into the black tankard, but they're also like every couple of seconds looking around to see what's going on.
Are there any
The two Minotaurs have like menacingly walked up to Morthos at this point, but it seems that Robin has kind of stepped in between.
I'm gonna take a big toke of my pipe and just blow smoke around and just go, come on guys, let's just chill. And look, no one's harmed here. Just
So at this point, the two Minotaurs eye up the situation, kind of look at you all, and they're like, "You're a dead man, Red Man," and they start walking off this way too. Oh god! They both start. They're fast.
I totally had
Really
that.
fast.
I totally had that.
You did not.
I had it covered. You had to punch me in the face.
Is that Morthos or Peter speaking?
Morthos
Bit of
needs a
both.
serious lesson in how when not to speak. We're just not taking with us sometimes. I'm going to try and distract you with the well or something, like a child. I went for punching instead.
I mean, ultimately, that innkeep was definitely trying to capitalise. I doubt he would have given that money to those families. I don't think that guy is a very, very honourable man.
No, I agree. But listen, first of all, are there any locals around?
Well, first of all, I mean, yes, there might be locals around,
I'm
but
not talking to you.
well, I'm talking to you. There's
Great.
Listen to me.
yeah, right, bitch. Before we all start fighting amongst ourselves, we need to stay together.
That's fine.
I
I'm happy
understand
to do
if
that.
we want to disagree with each other, and Morthos, you did say you'd shut the fuck up, and you did not, but not.
I didn't say I would shut the fuck up. I said I would pay people to work for me.
that is true.
Listen,
that is true.
I'm not walking
Don't
off
punch
anywhere.
each other. Come on.
Okay, fine.
Love,
okay, stop.
peace.
Listen, can I just shut up? Robin, otherwise I'll punch you too. Listen,
All
I
right,
just
I'll-
want to
I will-
establish.
I will
want
eat-
to
I'll turn into a
establish who
killer
this
whale and
Michael
eat you.
Fallbinder is. Okay. No, we don't know that yet. Sorry.
Ah.
Yes, we do know that. We do know that. I want to
Know what?
establish who this person is, and I think if
All right.
I'm not trying to. I just want to establish who this person is. Okay. Look,
Yeah.
we can ask the locals around. If you need to pay compensation to the families, then we can do that by talking to a local. That's all I'm suggesting.
I know,
okay?
but we.
So I think we need to find someone who is around. I don't know if the mages are local and they live in town. I don't know. We can ask them. But are they going to likely to know who this person is? I think it's more likely that just a normal person from the street might know. I don't know.
Well,
Can I? Whilst all this is going on, can I? Is Thimblewine's pawn shop open at this point?
Good question. Don't think anyone's ever been in here before.
a pawn shop is a very good place for someone who's just
Yeah.
acquired like 10,000 gold. That's
Michael-
just- no, it wouldn't-
Yes.
Michael.
It is open.
I turned to Robin. I'm like, Michael Fullbender, right?
full binder.
Fullbinder.
Cool bender. God damn it.
That's what he's known. Like once
Hey
he's,
guys, I can.
that's after a couple of pints. He's called that.
Oh, well, I'm like 3 pints deep. So okay.
Filter out
so-
every fucking name.
Okay, so it's open, right, Dodge?
It appears to be open, yes. There's
Okay.
light from the windows from the inside, yeah.
Okay, can I go into Thimblewine's pawn shop?
Okay, so you open the door, and as soon as you open the door, there's a little bell that ding, ding, ding. Looking across, you just see it's this shop is a complete mess of so much just random shit everywhere, and behind the piles of shit that is everywhere, that barely has standing space for like a couple of you, you see a rock gnome. Female. Don't actually know. Where's he gone? Where do you know? Female rock gnome, and she is like kind of polishing this quite lifelike looking but golden skull, like polishing with the rag. And as you enter, looks over like her kind of cut in half sunglasses, sunglasses.
Like
Yes,
half
my dear?
glasses.
Yes, halfling glasses. Yes, my dear. How can I help you?
Oh hi, I'm new to the area, and I'm wondering if you know of anyone within the vicinity called Michael Fullbinder.
I don't know. I know not a Michael Fullbinder, no, but I've heard of Mr. and Mrs. Fullbinder.
Oh yeah. Do you know where I might perchance find them? I've got some really good news to deliver.
I'm afraid they died a couple of years ago.
Oh.
They went to try and find some fortune below in the dungeon, never returned. So
Did
they're
they
assumed
leave
dead.
any children or any issue or anything?
I think they had a couple of children. Yes,
Do you know where perchance I might find them?
I'd imagine they'd probably be in the orphanage now.
Where's the orphanage? I'm new to town, so I really have no idea.
No problem. Head up the to the second level, and would direct you to a building that is up here, like just close to the Batterouche. You won't miss it. It's the orphanage is there.
Thank you.
May I ask why you're looking for them?
I have some. I happen to come across some good news involving them, and I just want to pass it on to them.
Okay. Well, very well.
Can I also take a look around the shop and what kind of stuff is in the shop whilst I'm here?
Complete bollocks. Very much a lot of random looking trinkets, and none of it looks useful. But she would show you her golden skull that she has recently acquired from
That is a beautiful skull, very shiny. I like it.
Thank you. Everything is for sale if you wish to buy it, or we do buy things at a modest rate if you're looking to sell.
Do you have any magical items?
Well, I must admit that I'm not really of the magical persuasion. If you want to go and find anything magical, I suggest you go and talk to Tass. She's quite eccentric, but her shop has many magical items as far as I'm aware.
Do you have any like glass vials, perhaps?
Potentially. Give me a moment.
With
She would
lid?
start like basically slowly trying to pull stuff over, kind of look at you, and then be like, oh, fuck it, and just push piles of stuff into other piles, and it's just junk on junk, like a loose boot with a hole in it. There is just all kinds of random stuff. Eventually, going through for like 5 minutes or so, she managed to pick up a few dusty vials, 3 or so, and managed to scramble and put together some crude wooden corks to push them into. Here you go. Here's some
How much?
vials.
How much?
Oh, for the 3 vials, let's call it 2 silver pieces.
Fine, done. I give her 2 silver pieces, and
Pleasure doing business with you.
Massaging my jaw, I ask her, "Do you sell better friends?" And then I scowl at Seraphina.
I don't think Seraphina's gone in.
Oh,
yeah, I didn't think anyone was in but me, to be honest.
that's right. I thought we were.
I'm not talking to
okay.
Morthos right now. I turn my back to him.
So I thank her kindly. I come out of the shop and I'm like, oh, so I hear that the Fullbinder children may be housed at the orphanage, which is on the 2nd level.
Well,
Perhaps we
Children.
should check that out.
It's about at this time when Bertha and Chingo's interaction has like come to a stop. So what are you guys doing?
I'm
Bertha and Chingo.
Oh, sorry.
Bertha and Chingo, what are you guys doing now that your thing is finished?
We said we would meet them over there, didn't we?
Yeah.
Okay, so you saunter on over. Okay, cool, awesome. So you
I
head
tell
out.
Bertha about all the Michael Fullbinder stuff.
Okay. And Bertha is particularly horrified because there's sort of bloodthirst in Chingo's eyes, I imagine. Is there? Or is he hiding that from her?
There's
up to Chingo.
obvious rage.
Bertha's a mother of, I can't remember if it's 7 or 9. She's got a few.
8.
Popping them out like
Bertha's
daisies.
a mum.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's mad. She's got a full family. Come on,
Well, she has
Chingo.
five.
I didn't know.
Bertha has
If you weren't
Bertha has 5
slogging
children.
gold all the time.
Does she mention this on the walk? Or,
7.
Yes,
you know?
she's
Yes.
is it 7? She has
Seven.
many children,
Yeah.
like
You've mentioned
very
this
many.
before.
Yeah, like
Bertha, why
loads
are
of
you here?
times.
You have unlimited money. You should leave now.
Send it regularly. They're hopefully safe. I have no idea.
Doesn't sound like you care much for your family.
This is the way that I'm protecting them, is by being here. It's complicated.
Yes, that's what I've told all the women in my life too.
As you guys arrive around the corner, you see that
I
as you
don't go
guys kind
around
of
the
crest.
corner.
No, like here, around here.
Can I peek around before I get to here? Looking.
Oh yeah, you're not. I'm not talking here. I'm talking here.
Oh.
So you come around this corner and you see Amber kind of trip and stumble out of this shop as things kind of overflow out of the door, and she kind of dusts herself off and holds out 3 dusty-looking glass vials as you kind of approach around the corner.
Ah, Chingo. Hi.
We have some information. We're looking for a Michael Fullbinder.
Yes, we heard that. And Michael
We've already discussed that bit.
Michael Fullbinder's children. Unfortunately, Mr. and Mrs. Fullbinder are no longer with us, but the children are living at the orphanage, which is on the 2nd level. Perhaps one of them took your purse.
We must go there immediately.
Hold
Just
on,
one-
Whoa.
Just one thing to flag: we might have antagonized the Black Tankard innkeeper a little bit. He ran off, talking of alerting the Xanathar Guild.
Oh yes, that little bitch. I don't care about him.
I agree. He was asshole.
FYI.
When I
Right.
whispered to Amber,
Finally, we
I
agree.
think
I know.
Chingo's
Like
back to his old
Seraphina.
self.
Like Seraphina.
Chingo needs to
Seraphina,
find his
asshole.
purse.
For punching me in the face.
Oh, come the fuck on, Morthos. You fucked up loads of times, and you were
Come
being
the
annoying,
fuck
so I
on.
punched you. I don't think Chingo would disagree with that.
I do not.
But
Seems like we're all getting along.
but we just agreed on something.
Right, I'm just going to tell you. Assume I'm with the party.
Don't push your luck, Morthos.
This is your fault.
It is your fault.
Can we head
It's
towards?
not my fault.
You should not be
Can
throwing
we
money
head to
around.
the orphanage?
Didn't know any
please?
better.
Now,
Orphanage.
Bertha,
Yes.
If you don't know
while
better,
this,
listen
while
to
this,
our advice.
hold on, silence, s'il vous plaît. While this reunion is going on, and you're talking to Chingo, and you walk around the corner, and you kind of meet up with the party. They're all chatting amongst themselves about whatever they're chatting about. When suddenly, in your head, you hear a quite strange voice that completely silences out everything around you. It's sudden. It's like this. It's like when Amber's speaking to you. It just like happens, and everything goes silent, and you hear this kind of raspy kind of voice. It goes. The Honourable Tasselgrin Veldan, owner of the Poisoned Quill Archmage of Skullport, Master of Teleportation, and friend of Archmage Blackcloak, would like to inform you that the gift sent to your family has been fully received. She will also welcome you back to the town of Skullport and invite you to visit her newly restocked shop at your discretion. And then immediately you go jump back, like eyes blinking, like whoa, what just happened to me? As you are back with the room.
That's amazing if that's true.
The voice was like very strange and not something you'd heard of ever before. Really kind of, yeah, hard to explain. Raspy.
Not the voice of the lady who I spoke
No,
to, who I gave
Definitely not. No.
sus.
Sus.
If you remember, there was a box, wasn't there, that you had to put like a special lock on.
Yeah,
No.
I remember the box.
I thought that it was like I don't know, maybe.
I gave it a dwarvish password.
Yeah.
I keep this to myself for a minute because I need to think about it. Does anybody notice that I've snapped out of a sort of vision?
It only lasts for like 10 seconds or so and they're all talking about themselves, so I'm going to say no.
Yeah, I'm stoned.
I-
so.
I will talk to them about it, obviously, because you didn't either call me or anything, so they all know about it anyway.
Apart from me, because I was out of the room.
Oh, perfect. Your emotion is not broken.
And
Okay. Shall we go check out this orphanage?
Yes. However, I would like to raise the idea that if this child has stolen the money, maybe it's best not go in there with all guns blazing. Yes?
What, it's a child? Well, of course we won't.
Might be working for
it's-
someone else.
We can get the money back without shedding any blood.
I'd rather do it that way.
Well, of course. I mean, that's the first protocol we always do, isn't it?
Yeah, I know, but I think I can see. Can I see the rage in Chingo's face at all?
Well, I know. Our good friend
What?
here is...
I think maybe send in Chief Negotiator Amber Oridan.
What is an orphanage? I don't
Let's
know what
keep.
this is.
Can I
It's,
suggest we keep Morthos out?
It's a place
with
that...
Chingo.
When children don't have any parents, they go there to be looked after. It's a bit like your story, friend. Instead of crazy bone horrors,
Skeletons.
it's actually human beings that look after you and raise you and make you normal human being.
A tear rolls down Morthos.
Don't cry. I mean, from the looks of it, you seem like a very, very well-rounded individual.
Are these children happy?
Yes, Morthos, they are usually happy, yes. They're very happy their parents are dead. Yes, they couldn't be happier.
They're happy their parents are dead.
No, I'm being sarcastic. I'm pretty stoned.
Okay, well, so long as the children are happy. If they're not happy, then we should help them.
Well,
I mean, you can see
let's
for
go and
yourself.
find out. Shall
Yeah, let's
we?
go and find out, and you'll compare how happy you were in your very odd upbringing compared to these guys.
Yeah, that sounds good. I like this plan.
Were you happy?
I was very happy. Mother raised me really well. Obviously, she's not my real mother, but she was a wonderful mother nonetheless.
Didn't you?
She
Weren't you brought
very-
up in Skullport?
No, I was brought up by skeletons inside that abandoned town outside of Skullport. I can't remember the name.
Okay, sorry. I thought you were brought up in
I mean,
Skullport.
to be fair, I guess the skeletons probably wouldn't have shared much information with you.
They may have been
Yeah,
very
exactly.
chatty.
I live almost my entire life without meeting living people. But
Yeah.
I meet all the dead people I ever want to meet.
It's strange that you've managed to speak English and that you have this very northern accent. It's in...
I was taught language by a group of traveling dwarfs who all died of disease. So they became my friends for a while.
Ah, great.
We can tell.
Okay.
Okay. Off to the
Off we
orphanage
get
then.
then.
The orphanage?
Okay, great. Yeah, let's go and see the children.
Can we not
Okay.
necessarily compare Morthos' happiness and these orphans' happiness?
Happiness is perspective.
It is.
I know this. It's bullshit.
George,
Sorry.
quick question. What?
Yeah.
Remind me, because I've forgotten. An ace? What is that on the cards? Is that a
One.
one?
It's 10.
No.
Oh yeah.
Nope,
It
it's a
is.
one.
It
It's
is
a one, right? Good
It's
to
a
know.
one.
Good to know.
Do you happen to have an ace?
No.
No.
It's
Okay, aces are ones. Aces are ones because all face cards and jokers are tens, so you have a much more higher chance to get a 10.
Great.
Okay, so you head up to this building here, what has been described to you as the orphanage. Fairly, small-looking building, but a building nonetheless. There is candlelight from the inside. The door is closed. Who approaches, and what do you do?
Again, is it the middle of the night or is it the daytime? Or...
Again, time has no real relevance here. It appears that people are up and about, but like I've said before, people are always up and about here. Shops do close at sometimes, but as and when they want, really. There's no daylight, so there's no real sense of actual
Okay,
time.
so I look back
Okay,
at the...
I go to Amber and say, "You're probably the most convincing of us here. Look, find these children.
Just remind me their names. Paul
Bring
Binder?
them to me.
Full binder. Yes, we don't know their first names, but we know it's a boy and a girl, rather young, 7 and 9. Just find them."
Okay.
would
So
imagine you're looking for the boy.
I walk in to the orphanage. Is there
Okay,
a
so you
front
open up the door. You hear the sounds of like playing children in one of the rooms to your left as you walk in. And as you kind of open the door, this very elderly woman starts to slowly make her way up to you, looking. I'm coming.
No,
Like,
no rush, no
yeah.
rush.
Yes, my dear. How may I help you? And you see her. She's framed in the background of like maybe 7 or 8 children, kind of playing games, throwing like things towards each other and stuff.
Good afternoon, madam. I was wondering if you have within this establishment some children by the name of Fallbinder.
Why, yes, we do, but who is asking and for what reason, please?
It was a strange thing, but I came by some news of their parents, and I was made aware that there might be some Fallbinder children in this establishment, so I thought I'd better come up and immediately make myself known to you. Would it be possible to talk to them?
And what relation to the Fallbinders do you have, if I may ask?
I was a good friend of their parents.
Make a persuasion check for me.
Come on.
Did that go through? It hasn't come up on mine.
No.
Make sure
mine
you
either.
touch on your token.
Oh, let me
Shouldn't matter for just normal rolls.
I'll
For
click it again.
initiative.
25.
25. Yes, okay, very well, my dear. I haven't seen them for a day or so, but yes, they're frequent residents to this orphanage. If you want me to give them a message, then I can you can leave a message, or
Yeah, I think it'd be really helpful for me to just have a chat with them. Perhaps if they could have a message to meet me in I don't know. I'm relatively new to this town. What's a good meeting spot? A well-known meeting spot in this town?
well, for children, I mean, the orphaned ones stay here. What would be a good place? The DM thinks.
In the orphanage?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, the orphanage would be ideal.
Unless you have some meeting rooms available that I could utilize.
Well, we have the children's bedrooms when they choose to stay. I mean, like I said, not here today, but I'm sure they'll be around at some point in the next. I mean, let's not get it. This isn't a prison, the children come and go whenever they please.
Of course. Do you know what? Tell you what, if they come and go as you please, perhaps you could. I'm residing at the moment at Dalagor's fortress.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yes, I know the one.
Perhaps when they do come back to the orphanage, you could let me know. My name is Amber Oridan, staying at Dalagor's fortress.
No problem. When at Dalagor's fortress, I know the one. Sure. When they come back, I'll send them your way.
Forgive me, I haven't friended their parents, but I don't know much about the children. So it's a boy and a girl?
Correct. Yes, it's Michael and Grace.
Michael and Grace. And how old are Michael and Grace?
Michael is 9. Grace is 6.
Can I step in at this point and be like, no, we wouldn't want to shock children, would we? Perhaps don't send them to us, but we'll come to you.
No, I mean send us a message when they appear and we'll come to the orphanage to chat. This is my colleague, Chingo, by the way.
Yes, there's a rather large inheritance that is due to the orphanage, actually, of about 80 platinum. Of course, payable when we get to talk to the children, but if you could let us know in post haste when the children arrive, I'm sure I will be able to give you this money immediately.
I'm sorry, an inheritance to the orphanage from whom?
Their parents.
I cannot disclose that.
Their parents have been dead for multiple years now.
No,
Why is
they're
this
not
only
the
just
parents. Sorry,
No.
My friend has had a long day, another party, but
Sorry, very confused. It really has been a long day.
Have 40 of it now, and the next 40 when
So
you
you-
let us know when the children arrive. I give
You
her
hand- Jesus Christ. So you hand over 40 platinum to the lady as she holds her hands out, and the 40 platinum kind of her eyes just kind of glow.
We
like,
love We love children, and we just want to see the best for the dear Fullbinders.
Amber's like nodding and smiling with like a glazed look on her face.
Well, thank you, sir. This will go very much into feeding and housing the children for many years to
You
come.
know, and there's another 40 to come. Blessings upon the children.
As soon as I see the Fullbinders, I will let you know immediately.
Yes, that would be
Thank
fantastic.
you. Much appreciated. Good day. And then I like escort Chingo out by the arm.
I
Quick.
run past them. I just have a question. Are the children happy?
But of course, my dear. I mean, as happy as any orphan can be. We do as much as we can.
Okay.
Yeah, I
Thank
grab
you.
Morthos and like corral
I walk
Chingo out.
away.
Another pat's on the arm and it's like, would you like to talk about fair employment with me?
Yeah.
We can have a chat, and then we like walk out.
I'm
chatting
looking
about,
for
like,
employment right now.
Yeah.
It's, I have an excellent offer.
No. You and I, we have a chat about employment law.
Oh. No, I wasn't going to employ the children.
No, I'm not.
Oh, no, child Ravenforth!
No, that's an excellent idea. Yeah.
No.
Yes,
Yeah,
let's
indeed.
hire the children and then resurrect them when they're dead. Yes, you are not evil at all.
Can I have,
Okay.
Take him from us too soon.
I was getting stoned this entire exchange. I was just stood there smoking a crack pipe in an orphanage.
Yep, makes sense.
Okay.
No, definitely not crack, but sure.
It's like druid crack.
Druid crack.
So that's
Like
okay.
grass.
Yeah. Doesn't
Okay,
affect me 'cause
what,
I'm got bad hands.
What do you do now?
Chingo, you aren't going to harm these children, are you?
I will teach them a very valuable lesson.
I don't like the sound of it. I also feel quite. I feel like giving these children like false hope that we've heard good news about their parents, and then being accused of stealing. That doesn't sit quite well.
I mean, these kids aren't.
Well, they will hear good news about their parents. They'll hear that they won't soon be joining them in the afterlife. If they give me back my fucking money!
Chingo, I think I preferred you when you were crying and snotty.
I at this point I'm like, shall we retire to the fortress?
Let's.
Yes, and we can wait until we hear from the kids.
I'm just happy to come on the journey with you guys.
Real journey is the friends we made along the way, right, guys? Dead kids or no dead kids, right?
let's just love each other, man.
Okay, so you head back the long way back to Dalagor's fortress. When you enter the fortress, Thorax is still there, lets you in politely. What do you guys do?
I'm gonna go meditate in the corner about. I don't know.
Punching people in the face.
Yeah.
I suppose we've been up for a long time at this point and we're very hungover, so I'll go back to my room, do a similar thing that I did before and then try and get some rest.
I gesture to Amber and see if she'll sit down with me for a minute, because I feel like she's one of the most trustworthy, wise people that I know on this journey.
I will
Before we have that other conversation, what is everyone else doing?
Are we long resting? Or are we not allowed?
Well, we're
I
just
think
resting.
it's downtime right now, so there's no danger of being, killed or ambushed in this place. So you can wait around for the long rest as long as you want.
I'm a bit concerned that we just exposed. I mean, if I was a person who just robbed somebody and then some people that I'd never heard of randomly turned up to my orphanage and said they wanted to have a chat with me and then started handing out seriously large amounts of money, I'd probably not. I'd probably make myself scarpers.
This is a 9-year-old boy though.
A 9 and 6.
Yeah.
So how
They're
much?
probably just-
We may not
Are
buy
there?
them at this
There-
point. Like,
There was.
they may not.
They're either working for like a Fagin type character, or they're desperate for money to get out of the crap life that they lead.
Well, the boy is clearly smart enough to rob Chingo, which is quite commendable.
He may be sneaky enough. Maybe Chingo should take him on as an apprentice. If someone can get past Chingo and steal all that gold,
Yeah, well.
I will
That's
happily
a
take him
rogue
on.
in the making, isn't it?
I will happily take him on as apprentice.
I didn't say you, I said Chingo. I mean, to
I
be
know.
honest, Chingo is not much of an apprentice.
I know.
Leader, either. Master, rather, but...
Hey,
Hey.
Chingo's not here at this point, but he's hurt. His feelings are hurt.
Well,
Yeah.
you're not exactly just going to
Okay.
teach them to want money all the time.
Alright,
Oh, yeah,
well,
let's
I'll
go.
rest. I'll just basically get stoned and pass out.
Cool. So sleeping mostly. Amber and Bertha have a conversation.
Yeah, what is this? Bertha sidles up next to me. What does she want to talk about?
So I tell her the story. I can't remember if everybody was there or if anybody knew where I was going or what I was doing. I think probably I think Seraphina did know. I think somebody knew. Anyway, I talk to Amber and I tell her that I sent some money to my family a while ago. Last time we were here, I put it all in a box, and the box had a password that was in Dwarfish, and there was a sort of emblazoned rune on it so that only a dwarf would be able to know who it was from and who it was for, and maybe guess what the password was. And it had basically all of my money in it from the previous
Adventure.
Since then, obviously, you've got a bit more. And I had a message from someone, don't recognise the voice, wasn't the person who I originally gave the money to, saying that I should go back to the poisoned quill. Is that right, Dodge?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And that my money had been safely delivered, and that the person was a friend of Archmage.
That bloke.
Where are we?
Hillport.
No, what's his name? It's confusing.
Halaster?
Yeah,
So the
the main guy. Oh yeah, sorry, Seraphina, you broke up. And I'm mega suspicious that maybe the money didn't even make it out of Skullport in the first. And that I am. Basically, I wanted to tell someone because it's kind of eating up inside. I don't know what to do because I think I should. It's part of my, glorious quest to make sure that they're safe, and that was a big gesture. And she said it was going to be safe, but I don't know if I should go back to the poison quill because it feels like a trap. Is it a trap?
I think it's a trap. We should go.
Hey, Bertha.
No, you're asleep.
I'm not asleep. I'm Hopper now.
He is two people at once. He is two people at once.
Ew, I'm Hopper. I'm sorry. It's me, Hopper. Haha. I just got back from Tass's shop actually, and we had a very good conversation about you. She just let me know that your parcel had arrived at with your family. That's good news.
That is good news. Bertha, isn't that good news?
That is good news.
Yes, I mean Tass. She just said when I arrived, so I turned up in the shop and I just walked through the door, and she took one look at me and went, "Oh!" But it had a serious look of shock over her face and seemed to just go into some weird mind meld, which I imagine was a spell because I know all about those. And she then came to and we continued our conversation. But apparently my arrival reminded her of you.
I think I might have to go and have a chat with her.
Sure. I mean, she seemed pleased that I don't know what you sent, but seemed pleased that it arrived. And we talked loads about all kinds of magical objects and things. So yes. Anyway, I just overheard your conversation with Amber there, and I just sort of serendipity, as they say. Ha ha.
Bertha, if you want to go to the poison quill, I'll happily come with you if that's
Yeah.
helpful to
I just
you.
think I might need a negotiator.
Sure thing.
Hopper, one thing you would also know is that Tass eventually kicked you out because she wanted to get some rest for the night.
Oh,
So, probably
she
best to go in the morning.
she is a little tired. I just left her. She seemed to be a bit buffeted by our robust conversation.
I'm not sure how easy Hopper gets hints, judging from his previous character experience, not quite a lot, but you sense that you may have constantly pestered and annoyed her about getting magical items in the shop, and while fulfilling that request is also you're kind of treading a thin line of being extremely annoying.
I feel like I may be pushing her buttons a little bit, but you know, you seem to have a good relationship with her too. But I mean, I am trying to source through her the parts for a giant zeppelin, which is an interesting concept.
That does sound interesting. Anyway, Bertha, I am.
Fucking rude.
Fuck you!
Oh, no, let's spend half an hour listening to you then. Fuck you.
Don't be sucking my dick when I'm on that airship.
Bertha, happy to go with you, but perhaps we should wait until it's got some rest.
Yeah, I am feeling a bit hungover now.
Hopper, what is a zeppelin? I'm super intrigued.
Don't worry about it. It's fine. I'll show
Don't
you.
worry about it. You'll never get on it now.
Yeah, right. Yeah, we'll you'll see if you ever make it out of this place.
Okay, and with that, I head off and get some rest.
Yeah,
Okay,
I'm in
so-
need of a long rest.
Long rests are achieved. You all go up to your various quarters and rest into the night. Chingo,
How many hit dice do you
I need
have?
to have. Yeah, it's a long rest, so everything. You get everything
Yeah,
back. Oh, how many have? Sorry, yeah. Half hit dice, you get half back. Half of your total. Chingo, I need to have a private conversation with you. Elliot, would you like to join? So this is recorded, please.
Sure.
I'll invite you now.
I'll be back. One sec. Right,
Why are you
wait a
here?
sec. Just before you.
Oh, he's gone.
Wait a sec. You speak.
I
We're in.
Alright, one sec.
think Elliot just needs to stop Kate from listening. And then Elliot, if you'd like to remove your headphones and fuck off for a minute, that would be ideal. I just want it recorded, please. Might need a webcam though, so I can wave at you or something. Yes, we can definitely hear you, Kate. Yeah.
Yeah, alright. I'm taking my headset off.
I'll wave or something when you need to come back in.
Okay.
Okay. Chingo, you are tossing and turning in bed, trying to get some rest, as you've had one of the worst days you could possibly remember, losing all of that gold. You find it hard to kind of worst day ever for you. You find it very difficult to fall asleep. Like I said, tossing and turning, never finding a comfortable place. In your familiar quarters, you feel no longer alone in the room, so you toss one more time, and you see over by the entrance door that you come in through into this room, you see a familiar sight to you. A young woman who has presented herself before you before. A slender, dark-skinned woman. She has like light brown and long, flowing hair, flowing down past her feet and beyond. Long white and gold robes, and she is, as seen to you before, flicking a coin up and down and catching it. And when you see the coin flipping through the air, it's almost like you've seen it before. It looks very, very familiar to you. An odd coin, but definitely something you've seen. As it gets flipped up, she kind of smirks and like kind of slowly turns towards you and goes, "It was quite the reaction, Chingo. I must say, I did expect a little more, but nonetheless, very curious."
Why are you here? To pour more scorn on my ill will?
Very curious to what what your next plan is. What your plan is to do now that you've lost the one thing that you hold dear the most.
Don't know anymore. I have nothing to live for. More the gold and my reputation with the Thieves Guild. They'll think I'm a fool.
Thieves. Thieves always, there's always a bigger thief, as we like to say, there's always something. But Chingo, I'm here to make you a deal. But it's a very strange deal. I know the location of your gold, and I can make you great. I can make you a champion of mine, if you will. But the real question is what are you going to do for me? Your lack of faith has not gone unnoticed upon me. Your immediate thoughts into betrayal and me not being genuine has been very curious. So what are you going to do for me?
Godly man. But I have nothing to lose. Nothing to lose. perhaps if you could help a poor soul like me, a worthy soul, then I may offer you my allegiance in some way.
Are you trying to deceive this goddess?
No, he's genuine.
No?
He's in like a place of
Complete distraught. Okay.
Yeah, he's like
Yeah.
the gold doesn't so much matter. It's like him making a fool of himself in front of all the thieves.
Yeah.
His reputation is shattered.
I offer you the gold that you lost. And not only the gold that you lost, but my blessing as a champion of myself, of Vandra. And as she says that, she sharp and quickly draws this beautiful looking weapon. Okay, it's a metallic blade, rapier-like, but maybe a bit shorter. The hand guard is a gold and kind of swirling design with a quite large sapphire embedded into like the pommel. She's like, I could offer you this blessing, but like I said, Chingo, what are you going to give me in return?
I don't know. I've come to understand that my life is worth very little beyond the price of a few coins. I need something more important to me. My pride and gold is so easily stolen away. Perhaps working for you I can find something more than myself, my own desires. But I don't know. I feel I can be a good man. But I just have lost everything.
As we have explained, Halaster must be stopped. If he is allowed to ascend to godhood, then this world will fall. Everyone in it and everyone you know, and there'll be no more gold to steal. Let me
I have
ponder.
no love of Halaster. I could assist with this gold happily. He means nothing to me.
Let me think. What would be a beautiful deal? Let me think. Okay, I have a solution to this problem. I will tell you where your gold is. I'll tell the exact location of it. You already know who has it, but doesn't mean to say you're going to find them. You will give half of your gold, all of your earning, half of your earning to the orphanage, so that those children may find a better life. I will then bless you with my blessing. You can keep half of your wealth. Keep this myth carver, this weapon that I will bestow upon you as my champion. You will kill Halaster for us, so that he may not roam and ascend to godhood and destroy this world. And then, Chingo, when you die, you will become my immortal champion in the afterlife.
Mortal?
You will never rest. You will live forever in my realm as my champion and do my bidding for the rest of time.
And will I be remembered fondly?
Your actions are your own, Chingo.
I mean, a mortal life does so. Okay.
Now, understand what I mean here, Chingo. It means you will never come to rest. You will work for me in the afterlife for all time.
Never. That sounds like quite a... Is there
Feel free to mull over this deal. If you have anything else to say, then by all means contact me again. As she flips the coin one more time, you see it's the coin that you found upon that spider-like dais where Mura was. It says, "Take my coin, flip it 3 times, and we can have another chat in the eve once you've made your decision." let me know.
Okay.
And she'll flip the
I
coin
give
one
her-
more time. She'll flip the coin one more time, and as she catches it, your eyes blink for a second, and you open them. Gone.
Okay.
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 Back to the game.
It was great. I listened to all of it. It was lovely chat.
Yeah, we can't hear you. No.
Well, you
Yeah,
should be
now
able to
I
hear
can.
me. The microphone.
Welcome back.
Hello.
Hey, guitar man.
God. Elliot has
Hello.
a guitar. Jesus Christ.
Oh, it's nice
Have you
putting
been
it away now.
staring?
Put it away.
Okay, so long rests had. You all wake up after a glorious and peaceful sleep, where no sleeping
Well
on dusty
rested.
dusty dungeon floors. You have beds. You have chambers.
And a bath.
It was good. Yep, exactly.
feel
It was
Also
wonderful.
good to be relaxed.
So, morning, in quotation marks, has come. A day afresh. What would you like to do?
Have some
Um,
breakfast.
Yeah, the breakfast options available.
I mean, breakfast is what you make it. You're not being served on hand and foot here, but you could go and
Oh.
get things or eat rations. It's not a
Well,
palace,
I'll
It's
I'll just eat what I've got. Well, I guess do we hang around and wait for a message from these?
I feel like one person should stay around. Actually, we could probably ask the main blokey.
Yeah.
Yeah. He can
Alex
use
to
concierge, doesn't he?
serve as our messenger recipient.
Yeah, we don't want to be
sorry.
out
What
too
was
long.
what? Sorry, what was that? He is again stuck in his books.
Okay, so I go up to him and say, a messenger might be coming from the orphanage for us. Perhaps you could take note of their name and let us know when we come back.
Certainly, if anyone comes to the fortress, I will let you know.
Much appreciated. Thank you very much. And then I turn to Chingo and say, Chingo, what in the meantime, what steps would you like us to take?
Don't know where to go anymore. I don't know what to do. Chingo doesn't look like he's really slept very well at all.
Chingo, you look awful.
What's happened?
You'd look awful if you'd lost all of your money.
I mean, I have lost all my money
Scattered.
before.
You're right. That is awful. Here, please take 20 platinum pieces.
Morthos, can I ask you if
Hey,
you're
remove.
going to give him platinum, would you like to give him all of it now?
Well, no, because I should share it amongst everyone.
we
Chingo
all-
is very sad, and I want to make him happy.
We all have plenty of cash and Chingo has 0, so if you're going to give him a couple of quid every now and again, maybe you should
Bertha,
give
no
him
need
the
to
lot.
rub it in.
Bertha wasn't born with any
We've all got plenty of cash and chicken.
I'm rolling
Nothing.
it back
Okay,
Last night
so
in my ensuite bath, I just filled it with gold and just bathed in the gold.
Oh
So
god!
I-
If only your family could see you now. Just,
Yeah, right.
gold, yes, love
Don't
gold.
listen to
So,
him, Chingo.
I turn to Bertha and I'm like, Bertha, would you mentioned you wanted to go to the Poison Quill. Perhaps
Yes.
we could take a walk up there.
Yes, I do.
Can
as long
I-
as,
Can I want to talk to the party beforehand.
Go
And
ahead.
I say, I had a moment of weakness last night. I know you have all had dealings with certain deities of recent times, and I can't disclose what was said, but I want to know, were those dealings true and fair?
I mean, absolutely. I brandish my scepter and be like, look at this, mate. Fucking awesome.
I show him my raps and he'd be like, these are pretty cool.
I'm still yet to find out. I have feather, but it does nothing.
gifted this power that made me able to know the name of your assailant, so I think that's pretty decent for a god gift. I mean, it wasn't a god, it was a king gift, but still.
But what did you have to give them in return?
Allegiance, belief, dedication.
Faith.
Are you telling us that?
It's all very wholesome for Chingo.
Are you telling us that your deity has taken your money?
Chingo, have you found religion?
No. I've been asked a very steep price that do not know if I can.
What is the
Give up.
price?
What's the price, Chingo?
20 gold, 20 platinum pieces. I have more right here. Here, take it.
I take it again.
Just keep marking down this platinum.
Is that enough? Is that enough?
It's helping. And no, I cannot say any more than that. That has helped. That has helped.
How much to buy your tongue? 50 gold? I can give you 50 gold right now if you tell us more.
No, I am a man of honor. It has been said amongst people.
Fucking no one.
You will kind of awkwardly shuffle and.
Yes, man of honor. Yes, 100%.
Can I go to the butler and say, has there been any word in the night?
He's not a butler, but yes.
He is Chingo, let's be honest.
I'm a man of honor, squire, butler, man,
Chop. Thank you.
slave. Yes, you go to Felrax, the Copper Dragonborn, free will, who just kind of, looks after the fortress, yes.
Did you hear from the orphanage in the evening?
I have only just heard about this messenger who will be coming around 5 minutes ago from Amber here. No, there has been no word in the night.
Does anyone have any other idea?
Oh. Sounds like Bertha wanted to go somewhere.
I guess the other thing we can do is go back to Orphanage and ask the children if they know of any places where these two might be. Because they will probably know something, the children. I can bribe them with gold.
I mean, let's not bribe the children with gold.
I'm not going to employ them. I'm just going
Let's
to
just
give
give
a
them
little
food or something.
money for information. Well, money is food. Like, come on. It's communism.
I turn to the Dragonborn and I'm like, is there any kind of police force or
Police force?
police force? Like law enforcement or someone who's in control or charge in Skullport?
I mean, the Keepers of the Peace of the Xanathar Guild. Most of the businesses here pay some form of coin towards them, and they protect when anything goes wrong. But I wouldn't say that their justice is fair. It's mostly who pays the most. Mostly.
I wonder if the Black Tankard paid protection money to the dog.
I suspect so.
100% they have, yes. Every large business here pays their dues to the Xanathar
The
Guild.
Dwagar bloke ran off to go talk to the Xanathar Guild, so I suspect so.
I expect we'll have a meeting with them at some point.
Yeah, that shit's gonna hit the fan at some point.
And I feel like they owe me.
What is this impression shit hit fan?
Then we can do Skull Island heist, so it's fine. Skull heist.
Go heist.
Chingo, I've got to confess, I have no more ideas.
I think we need to wait it out. I think we need to wait and be patient. Why don't you stay here and listen?
I still think speaking to children is a good idea. I am happy to not have involvement because I think you all think that I will bribe or purchase children. That is not my plan.
I understand that you're incapable of lying, so I believe you when you say that it's not your plan.
Thank you.
Sometimes tact isn't on the top quill of your abilities.
I don't know what tact is.
Maybe precisely. I have a little errand that I need to run, and if, I'm not very good at negotiating. I'm not very tactful either, as it turns out. If anybody wants to come with me on a little trip to the Poison Quill whilst we are waiting to hear from these children, I would appreciate
I'll come with
the
you.
company.
I feel like Amber's the best.
Amber is the best
Highest
one.
charisma. Amber has highest charisma.
So why don't we all go, and then on the way back we stop off at Orphanage
The
for Amber.
pub for a drink, right?
Well, I don't know. You know what happens when I get no pub. So
That's true. Maybe you can stay outside this time.
Just stand outside.
I'm not a dog. You can't just make me wait outside all the time. How dare you? That's
skin
racism.
Dwarves are a bit
Yes. Okay, well, shall we all go to the poisoned quill then?
Yeah, I say to them on the walk. I have a bit of suspicion about this. I don't know if it's 100%.
So
Like, be prepared to maybe.
I'd perhaps drunk a few too many pints when we were last talking, so perhaps you could remind me what your concerns are.
I see. Very meta. I basically had a
Package, you sent it off to your
vision.
family and
No,
your...
I had a vision, not a vision, like almost like a voice in my head, like a hearing, that like said that my package that I sent off had been safely delivered, but it was a voice I hadn't heard before, and it was somebody who said that they were close mates with big old archmage Blackload, and they were like, "Oh, you should come down to the Poison Quill. Your money has been received safely by your family," and that feels like either a bait or a beckon or an opportunity for something interesting. Or if it's true, I want to find out. But if it's not, then there's something sinister going on, and I feel like I need to protect the person who tried to help me.
Okay, let's head to the Poison Quill.
Okie dokie. You head the short distance to the familiar Tass's shop, the Poisoned Quill. You approach, there is candlelight inside. You see that it is clearly open for business whenever you wish to enter.
Okay, we enter. I gesture for Bertha to go first.
Oh, thanks. I do a little curtsy. And I say, is Tass here?
So as you enter, you see the familiar side of the shop that you haven't been in for some time, but you have been here. You see Tass. She's behind the counter. She has a book directly in front of her face. As she hears someone comes and goes, "1 moment, please. 1 moment." She starts flicking through the book as you all start to like pile into the shop. And then closes the book and looks. Oh, perfect. Welcome back, Bertha. Was it? I think.
Yeah.
Good. Yes, I've been meaning to send you a message. Apologies. Your package arrived a couple of days ago, but my stupid messenger boy, Kalb, is being punished right now for not informing me immediately as he promised. Your package has arrived, safe and sound. Your family has the money that you gave.
Is Carl mates with Archmage Blackcloak by any chance?
No, Kalb is my servant. Stupid goblin fellow. Don't worry, he's being tortured right now. It's just a few days of punishment should set him straight.
I do like the impersonation of the voice that I heard in my head. My best version of it. Like it's pretty. It's probably not. Doesn't sound anything like what the person sounded like. And then I say, "Did he sound like that?"
Yes, he is my servant. I give him menial tasks which he fails at. I really need to find myself a better one, but employ is quite difficult to find in this town. People with a certain IQ.
So that was him, the voice I heard, and I make the noise again, like the way that
yes,
I heard. I received the message.
He is supposed to deliver all of my messages promptly and on time, but he failed in his mission. He failed in his work. So, like I said, being punished. But that is.
Did he send a late message? Or?
Yes, he was supposed to inform me the minute the package arrived.
Right. So it sounded like he was being strangled when he sent me the message because it was late.
Apologies.
Got it.
But the main thing is, the package got there.
Yes.
Is there any way I can tell whether she's telling the truth?
Yeah, make me an insight check.
Lol. 0.
She appears to be genuine, and she says she can see like the doubt kind of creeping into your face. She's like, "Come here, my dear, come here," and she would cast a spell like to her right hand side in the shop, and you'd see this kind of weird effect where the space around, like near her head, maybe like half a foot away from her head, kind of goes and shimmers a little bit, and she puts her hand towards it, and just kind of it goes in, but like the hand kind of disappears. She kind of reaches around, and then yeah, it's almost like her hand disappears into this like weird shimmering effect, and she pulls out this large blackened crystal ball. She says, "Come here, dear, come here, dear, come here," and she starts to wave around it. And as she waves around it, you see the image appear. You see your family. You see your husband, your 7 children. They are sat around a table. The fire is bright and roaring. They have plentiful food around the dinner table in your makeshift home of sorts that you made when you fled from your backstory. She says, "Are you satisfied, my dear? This is the fruit of your labour. Like I said, the message received a couple of days late, but they seem to be doing fine and well for themselves."
Swell, and like, no one's ever seen Bertha this emotional before. Like, there's a little tear running down her face. It like gets caught in her braid and like runs down her braids.
As the crystal ball starts to fade back to black, she kind of reaches back into the weird space that she created, and it disappears.
Sorry. Oh.
Why? What is the matter? Who are you? I don't believe we've met.
Hello, my name is Morthos. We are actually looking for someone, and it looks like you have the means to find them.
I think it's only for special occasions. I haven't finished chatting with this lady yet.
Sorry. I was just hoping she'd keep the phone.
She might get it back out again if I'm really nice to her. She seems to be my friend. Pat, I really appreciate that. I am overjoyed to see my family safe. I can't believe it. It seems like a distant memory. Is there any way of fashioning a second vessel for a similar quest?
Of course. If you want to repeat the same, I can do such a thing.
Okay, I will organise that, like, with her now.
That's no problem. Well, we'll talk about it after, I assume. And she sees, like, looking over the party, and goes, "Is your friend Hopper doesn't appear to be with you today, but as he may have informed you, he has been harassing me over and over ever since he's taken up permanent residence in Skullboard to restock my shop with amazing magical items, as he likes to put it." It has been many. Indeed, it has been many years since this, request has been really taken seriously. But I've done my best, and he's promised me that he will spend money here. So I have, eventually stocked up with all sorts of magical artifacts. I assume that is why you've reached me now. She kind of looks to.
Today?
What magical items do you have?
Do you have any?
Oh, I knew this question would come about. Give me a moment. What?
What would you
I knew this question would happen, and I'm already prepared for it. I had Carl do some sort of catalogue, if you will, before his untimely stupidity struck, and she would cast a spell again and reach into this kind of space. And as she kind of does, she kind of reaches around and pulls out a kind of thin-looking book. She places it on the table and says, "Here, you may find the items that I have in my possession for sale, as well as a non-negotiable price." She would make very clear.
So like an Argus catalogue, one might say.
Argus.
I'm sorry, I do not understand this word. An Argus. This is not
Never
the
mind.
common tongue. This is not the common tongue that I know. I'll send you a PDF with all of the stuff. I'll just put it in Discord. It's mighty. You might want to look over it over a couple of days. Where is it? Here. Stuff is the comment. Wait, nope, that is not the right file. What the fuck?
The Tome of Ultimate Map.
Yeah, that is a map-making software information file. That is not it. This is the right one. The one that is Tash's shop in Skullport PDF. That's the one.
Whoa.
There you go. So she hands you this tome, and she has. It's so organised, and what the fuck? Someone just dropped out. Charlie just dropped out of the call.
Yeah.
It's so incredibly organised with prices and even like links to what the items do. It's fucking incredible. She says, "Feel free to spend as much time as you want perusing through my catalogue to see, whatever you would like to buy. Like I said, the prices are non-negotiable."
Okay. Can I step up? Can I step up to her and be like, "Oh, that's super interesting. Actually, I have a question for you. Do you know of a Michael or a Grace Failbinder? Fullbinder?
Fullbinder. I know of the Fullbinder. I assume Grace and Michael are the children. Is that correct? I knew the parents not very well, but I knew they lived here. I mean, they were tragically killed trying to go further down. As far as I'm aware, they've not been seen for multiple years. So I assume the children to be orphaned. Is that correct? I assume.
From what we know, but we're looking to talk to them, so I'm just asking everybody about it.
Tried the orphanage. Maggie
we
there
have,
does a great
yeah.
job.
Thank you. That's super helpful.
What
Very well.
the fuck is this? Staff of Power.
I can't open this file, by the way, Dodge.
Why is it PDF? What?
Yeah, I opened it. It did a weird thing. Then there was a little thing at the top that cropped up, and I clicked on that.
Tries to open in like Chrome,
Yeah.
but doesn't
Yeah,
work.
it
should
did. And
open
then there was another one.
Open it with Firefox. It works there.
But
Some things are written down as game changer. This is a game changer.
I mean, that's just the category that's the thing is put it into.
I like it.
But I think for now we will end the session here because I imagine you're going to want a few hours to peruse through this thing.
Yeah.
Because this is a long file with lots of things.
Are these made up items, or can I Google and find which one's best?
There's a URL right next to every single one.
Yeah. Can you not
Let
see
me
the blue
recommend.
bits?
If there's winged boots, I recommend.
There is one item that has a URL. There is a massive comment that says "Speak to Dodge" next to
Oh,
it.
yeah.
If you look at that item, I will.
Arrow.
Yes, I will speak to you about that item if it interests you when we do next session. But yeah, that's where we'll end the tonight's session on a
Cool.
major shopping spree.
Yeah, baby.
Yes.
Because we have treasure. Except for Chingo.
Alrighty.
I'll end it there.
Is there any other way you could send that link? Because I just can't.
Yeah.
Alright,
Yeah,
say
I'll
goodbye,
figure out another
viewers.
Goodbye, viewers.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.